Hi, and welcome to lesson number 4 about sales pages and how sales pages can help you, why you should use them, and actually how you can build them. So first off, how should you build a sales page? And what is the purpose of a sales page? To answer them fairly simple, the way you build them can vary a lot, depending on what type of software or system you build a sales page on. In this video we will be using WordPress and continue where we left off after creating the different pages in lesson number 2 about website creation. And the reason why I want to have sales pages is because sales pages basically is the way you generate sales online. There are, however, different types of sales pages. And you have the type of sales page that is dedicated towards one specific product and not your business. So if you're doing a product launch for, let's say, an ebook that you're creating on a specific niche that you are an expert in, this specific sales page is made to promote that specific product and not your business. This, however, is not an approach that I personally like, due to the fact that, one, it doesn't help your branding and it doesn't get your business known, and secondly, it is more like a get rich quick or get quick sales and making a quick buck, instead of actually coming off as professional and having a sales page on your homepage, or creating your homepage and customizing your homepage so that it could work as a sales page as well. And the reason why I like the second approach is because it helps me brand my business and my brand, as well as it helps me in conveying the message that I am serious, I'm trying to be professional, and I want to give you the opportunity to take a look at everything else that I have to offer if you have different types of services. But a sales page should primarily focus on one product, one service, or one package, and give information about the bonuses and content and so on. So let's take a look at the next slide, which is every good sales page should include different things. And it should all start with a captivating headline. And as mentioned in the module number 2 about business planning, you should make sure that you come off, or there are different options. You can either do a written, audio, or video version of the sales page. The sales page that I'm going to show you and that we're going to create is, or has the potential for adding a video, but it is primarily using written text. So let's go through the content of a good sales page. It should start with a captivating headline that grabs the visitor's attention, because you want to grab the visitor's attention or they'll leave. So if you don't grab, they typically say that there's a rule of thumb that says if you don't grab a visitor's attention within the first 5 to 10 seconds, you've lost them. And that is why we want to continue using the concept that we had on the landing page in the previous lesson, that is a clear statement, where you have a clear statement and information that is easily to understand right off the bat when a visitor lands on your website and your sales page. You also want to promote or provide information about your unique selling proposition and what makes you unique. What problems do you solve? What job does your product or service do? And how do you solve them, and how do you do this specific job? And providing the unique selling proposition is also is a great section where you can simply type or write a little story about the background and what your experiences are, and how your experiences have contributed to creating the product and helping people solve this problem or do this job in an easier way. You should also have visions, goals and visions, and why and what you want to attain with having this product. Or you can also do this with your own goals and vision, but you can also appeal to your visitors' goals and vision, which may be creating their own business, losing weight, getting stronger, eating healthier, and so on. There are tons of different goals and visions that people have for themselves and why they would consider buying or getting into business with you, and you may try to appeal to those goals and visions. And what I will show you in the next, not the video, but the next phase of this video and this lesson is the actual website or the actual page that we will be creating or copying the layout to. And we will actually do the sales page or the home page, front page for Social Upcoming, and how it is built, how you can change the different settings. And as you can see on the home page of Social Upcoming, we have a table of content. We show people what they will get in the course. And it is a good thing to add, because people will also need to know what will they get, what will they actually get when they purchase a product or service from you. And this is primarily done with services. Due to product, you will get the physical product. But with a service or a digital product, which could be a course, an email course, ebook, and so on, you want to list the table of contents so that people get to know what they will actually get. And at the end, you should add a call to action, which basically says, hey, buy this. And you can, at the end, add social proof through testimonials and feedback from people. And you can also add results that people have achieved and results that you have achieved. So this is the basic setup of a good sales page. So let's take a look at how to actually create one. And in this video, as mentioned, we will do the Social Upcoming front page. So as you can see, we have the same layout when you land on the page as we did with the landing page. However, we don't have a button and we have bigger headline and smaller description text. And you can also see that I have my icon at the top, above the text. This is for social branding and getting people to know the name of my business. So let us just go through the website. So if you were to scroll down, you will see a menu, this is basically a one-page site. So these are just buttons that will send you either to the top or the bottom or the mid of the page, except the members button, which will actually be a login. This menu bar, however, is not something you have to add. This is something I've added due to this being my front page and not a dedicated sales page. But because with a dedicated sales page, that shouldn't be your home page, or it shouldn't be the front page of your website. It should be on a different URL. So you shouldn't have your domain be the link for the sales page. You should have either subdomain or a page on the website. So then we will start off by providing the unique selling proposition and what the package is all about and what Social Upcoming is about. And it is a community for driven and ambitious learners. And then we will go through and give more information, and we sum it up with: we strive to serve as a model that encourages creativity and innovation in our lessons and inspires members to develop the intellectual and personal fortitude to realize their dreams. So this is partially our goal, what we want to attain by promoting and providing this type of courses to the masses. So let's continue on. So how does it work? This basically is built to give people information about how the entire concept works and what steps they need to take. So get started by registering your own account. Then complete the courses to learn how to build your venture. And then receive a diploma upon completion. So you can see the first two ones are basically how to get started. And the third one is like a fish bait at the end, that you will receive a diploma when you have completed the course and gone through each module. And the fish bait method is a great way to build on the concept of gamification. And if you don't know what the concept of gamification is about, it is basically bringing elements from games, like rewards and point systems and so on, into non-game contexts, like a course or a website or a members page. And that is what we do in Social Upcoming, by having the different quizzes, and after you completed each quiz you unlock your diploma. So it's a 3-step way of using the entire course. Then we will continue on, and access to opportunity. At Social Upcoming we strongly believe that all members deserve the opportunity to demonstrate excellence, and that all individuals can and will succeed given the optimal support and guidance. Then we talk more about the incubator program combined with our knowledge base, which basically is kind of like a bonus. It's adding more value to the unique selling proposition and what people will get. And then let's continue on, and now we will actually go into the tables of content and what people will get. The hands-on information on what people will get. So what will you learn? Take a look at our curriculum for our 5-phase course. So as you know, since you're a member and have enrolled for our course at Social Upcoming, you know the 5 modules, which is idea development, business planning, e-business creation, traffic and exposure, and automation and growth. So it's an overview with a small summary of what people will learn within the different modules. And then we had take a look at the course curriculum to actually give people a hands-on information about what will be covered in each module. And by adding this little part on the sales page, people will go from not having an idea what the actual parts or the actual lessons within the course actually is. So this is a way to build more trust and make people have more faith in the course, and it also gives you a more professional impression due to not hiding anything. And the biggest issue within the e-business and online business industry is that people tend to not reveal everything and giving false hopes. So that is why we've added the curriculum and show each single part and each single lesson on the sales page. And then we have the call to action, which I mentioned in the slide in the presentation. And you have 2 opportunities. You have 1 payment plan and you have a 3 payments plan. And if you want to split your payments or give your visitor different options, which is recommended, stick with 2 or max 3. So I will actually add a 3rd one, which is a pay per month. So with giving the options, if people decide to go and pay everything in one go, which is this option, they will get it for a lower price than if they were to go for paying with 3 payments. So instead of paying $249 for 1 payment, they would pay $297 for 3 payments. And then, since this is my front page, I have this already a member login here option, as well as having the member button in the menu. Then, since it's my front page, I have a contact us widget or box at the bottom. And this is also a place where you can add frequently asked questions, so instead of having contact us. So you can have frequently asked questions down below the call to action, so that people get to know what types of, or they may sit with different questions and don't have a clear view over what they actually will get, even though you have showed them the curriculum. But by providing a frequently asked questions section to your page, they may get some of those questions answered. And if you are able to answer some of these questions, that build more trust and they are more likely to potentially buy from you. And if you were to have a large section with frequently asked questions, you may want to duplicate the section for the call to action. You could also at the very bottom say, hey, let's do a 7-day free trial and for a fraction of the price. That may also be used to increase conversions. However, there are more things you can add, but we will not cover this specific one in this video due to making this video not be too long. And that is something called exit and intent, or exit pop-ups. So if a person were to take their mouse pointer and getting close to the tab close button, they would get a pop-up, and that pop-up would say, hey, let me give you a discount. And by saying that to your visitor, for those visitors that thought $249, which is the case for a one-time payment on this page, let's say that they would get a 50% off. So $125 may be within their budget. So that would help you bring in those extra sales and extra revenue by capturing the people that were initially exiting and leaving your page. This is a great tool that is used by a lot of internet marketers and business owners online, and it is also a great tool to basically build more trust. However, this function may backfire by something we call the negative talk. Because imagine you have 100 members, and out of those 100 members, 90 members bought or joined with a full payment of $249, and then the last 10 people join at a 50% discount, and these members may talk between themselves and share that 10% with 10% of the members actually got a 50% off by not wanting to join and click the exit intent button. But the upside of this may be bigger than the downside. So you have to evaluate if you actually want to add an exit intent pop-up or not. I personally may add discounts throughout the pages, doing exit intents through my email sequences and the email newsletters that people receive, simply to increase sales. Because what I've come up with, or what once I evaluated the downsides compared to the upsides of doing these discounts, I concluded that the upsides are bigger and I could get more revenue than what I potentially lose. So this is the page that we will create now, and the content may vary depending on what type of service or product you have, but this is the basic structure. So let's jump over to our beta page to actually show you how to create it. Since it is a layout, you have the opportunity to, below this video in the resources used section, download the zip file for a JSON layout file that you can import into Divi. So we will import that now. So we will go down to Divi library and do the same process that we did in the previous video about landing pages. So we'll import and export, import, and then we will choose a file. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me try to find it again. There we go. Oh, let's see. I tried importing the zip file. That's wrong. But you have to remember that as well. Once you download it through the resources section below, you have to unzip the zip file so that you get a JSON file. And that's the file you have to upload and import. Since it's a page with a lot of elements, it may take some time to import, so we will give it a minute. And there we go. So now the sales page layout is added into our library in Divi. So now we want to get over to our sales page. And as you may have noticed in lesson number 2 about website creation, we actually created a sales page without any content. We only changed it to blank page. Now we want to click load from library and do the same process as we did with landing pages in the previous lesson. So it will click load on sales page layout and it will load everything. So now we want to click update and we actually want to take a look at the sales page. So we will open the sales page in a new tab. And there we go. So this is the page that you now have created. And as you can see, the menu is a bit bugged and doesn't look exactly the same. But since we want to create a dedicated sales page and not a front page, we want to remove the menu and we want to remove the contacts section at the very bottom. But instead of having a contact section, we want to create a frequently asked questions section instead. So let's get back to WordPress and let's open the visual editor. So we're now into the visual editor, and the first thing we want to do is remove the menu. So to remove the menu, you can simply click the trash bin or delete row, and then you will get this blue box, which is a section. Because the Divi builder and the visual builder is based on 3 different sections. So we will click this one first, and then I will show you. And we actually have to do it for this one as well. So let me show you. There is a blue section, which you can see now, which is the white background. And within the white background, we have a green box, which is the row. So the blue is the section, the green is the row, and the gray is the module. So the blue is the entire section, the white section, and you have a row with text, and the text is the module. So you can split it up into 2 rows, and then you can see that it is divided into 2. And if we were to duplicate and drag one of the text ones into the other side, you can see how it would look. But we don't want to do that. We want to keep it at 1 row like that. So you want to delete the blue sections for the menu and the text that says, "Are you already a member? Log in here." So now we're done with that. Let's scroll to the very bottom. At the very bottom, you now have the contacts as module and section. We want to exchange that with the frequently asked questions area instead. So the contact form is actually a module for itself, so we want to delete that. And now you can see it is only the contact us text left. So now we want to add the text frequently asked questions. Since I've designed it so that the different colors for different words, you have to go within the word and write and then delete the text or the letters. Or you can simply mark and you can click this one, the coloring bin, and you can change the color like that. So now we want to write more about what they will get, or what this section will be about. So we'll write something like this. Something like that. And now we change the text. The next thing we want to do is actually add the frequently asked questions section. So you will do that by adding a module called toggle. And the toggle module is basically a box that opens when you click it. So we'll add the first title. We will first add the title, which basically is the text that will be shown. So what is master course? So that's the question. And if people have to click that, the content that we write into here will be shown, as you can see. And if people were to click the title again, it would close. So let us write just a short question. Something like that. So we will save that, and that's our first frequently asked questions. And what you can do now is you can hover over the module, the toggle module, and instead of clicking module settings, you click duplicate module. And you can do that a couple of times to add more boxes for the frequently asked questions so that you have the space to create them. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 8 frequently asked questions modules. And if you now click save and go over to the page again to update it, refresh it, you can see that the menu is gone, and you can see at the very bottom we have the frequently asked questions section. So if we were to click on the different ones, you can see that it opens and that the content shows. Now, what I mentioned earlier is that if you have a fairly huge and long frequently asked questions section, you may want to add the call to action section below, so that if people were to scroll down, they wouldn't have to scroll up, because scrolling up is an unnatural move for a visitor. So you want them to just be able to continue scrolling down and seeing the call to action again. So let's get back to the sales page and scroll up to the section, and now you can see that if I hover over the call to action section, there is a blue border around the entire section, and you have the green border for the different elements. And this one, the title and role for the master course, is a 1-row column, and then you have a 2-column row below for the different payments. But what we want to do is go to the section and click duplicate section. And if we now were to scroll down, you can see that it has been duplicated. So now we want to scroll further down, and we will take the section for the frequently asked questions and click move section. Hold the button down and drag and drop it between the two call to action sections. So now you can see that it is split. You have enroll for the master course section, and then we have the frequently asked questions, and even below that you have the enroll for the master course. But as you can see, there is something wrong now with the copyright. So there is a section for the copyright on the frequently asked questions. That's not the right place to have it now, as a call to action section is at the very bottom. So we want to move that one down to the last call to action. So we have this already a member login here option, and we want to drag and drop it below that one. But since the text were black, we want to change that. So we're going to the module settings for the text module with the copyright. Click that one, and you have the option called text color. And if we were to take it to white, to light, that's the first step. Then you want to go into the design and scroll down to text color and click and drag and drop it into the white one and click the green button for save. And now we go. The social upcoming copyright, so 2016 is there, and designed by Bureau Ventures, which is my actual firm. And we will click save. Now let's take a look at the sales page again, how it actually looks. So now you can see that the frequently asked questions section is here, and if you scroll further down, you can see a new call to action section with the copyright and designed by at the very bottom. But there are more changes we want to make to this page, because we want to edit both the headline and the description text as well. We want to change this icon as well, and we want to remove the logo for branding. So let's get back to WordPress and scroll to the very top. And now we're at the landing page on top of the sales page. So you want to go and click the settings. And we actually also want to uncheck make full screen to see how it looks. And what will happen then is that instead of taking the entire screen, the headline and background will only take the space that the text allows it to. So we will play around with it and now remove the logo. So if you were to scroll further down, you have the background image URL, which is the background. Let's just change that background. So we will click upload, and let's take the background we used for our landing page. There we go. And if you scroll further down, you have logo image URL. To remove it, simply mark it all and click backspace. And you can also remove the logo title and logo image alternate text. And that's how you remove the logo and change the background. So imagine that you want to add a video. So let's say that you have uploaded it on YouTube or Vimeo or any other sources, and you want to embed and add it into the sales page. So what you do then is actually copy pasting the embed code that you have into text. So copy the let's see, embed code goes here. And there we go. You simply exchanged that content with the embed code, and the video should show below the headline and description text. We'll remove this because we don't want a video on this specific page, and we click save. Let's get back to the sales page and refresh to see how it looks. So there we go. Now you can both see the headline and the USP when people land on the landing page or on the sales page, but we want to make the headline full page again. So we'll go back to the sales page on WordPress, scroll to the far top within the full width header sections and make it full screen. Then let's change the text. The landing page we created was about fishing and how to become 10 tips to be more efficient when fishing. So let's actually say that this sales page is for a course about fishing. Let's say that join our 4-week fishing camp. Let's say fishing camp. Something like that. That's just an example. So I'll click and save that. So the landing page would promote a free ebook with a couple of tips how to become a better fisher. But you may want to provide a product that actually people have to pay for so that you can make a revenue. And you can do this by having a 4-week fishing camp where people pay a certain amount and you go camping and fishing. So basically camp and fish to get dinner. It's a funny concept and it could work depending on your audience, where your audience is located, and how big of a travel distance people have to make. So this is more like a local offer. But let's continue on to see what we can edit. So now we have the USP. So you want to change this text to something that fits your product or service. And it is important to think thoroughly through what you will actually write here. Simply because what you write here may break or make a sale. So we will continue down, and I will actually not do the editing for these text sections because that's something you can understand fairly easy, and you just have to mark and change like this. Then you can scroll down to how does it work, and we want to change this to something more fitting. So you get started by registering your own account to enroll for the trip, to enroll, join camping. Then you join us camping from the, let's say, 20th of 17, something like that. And you may not want to, if this is the local fishing trip, you may not want to have a diploma at the end, but you may promote the social aspect about it. So get to know new people and create new friendships. And you may then edit the icon or the image above was something different. And by the way, the source I used for my images was Pexels, the same website that I mentioned in the previous lesson about landing pages. But I didn't mention where I get my icons. And my icons is from a website called Icon Finder, and it is a great place to find high quality icons that you can use. So let's just do fishing, and you can find several, and you have related searches, and you can scroll through the different options, and all of these you can filter them by free and premium. I use the free ones because that's enough for me, but you could simply use this as your source for the icons as well as the same usage I use it for. I will add the link for this website down in the section, in the resources used section, so that you can find it easily. So you may want to change the icons depending on how it work for you. Then let's scroll down. Here's another option, which basically is the bonus. So bonus info. Then you may have something related to, which is an unexpected bonus that people will receive once they purchase or join or buy your service. Then you can scroll down, and since the offer that we kind of like cover in this sales page is a fishing trip, you may want to add, let's say, the weekly plan for the 4 weeks. So what will we do during the 4 weeks? And then we could change this text to take out look at our weekly schedule schedule, something like that. And you can change the text and the images so that you have 4 boxes or 4 sections below each other about what people or what you actually will do during the 4 weeks. And then you can have more information in this section, but you can also remove it. However, you may use the same approach as I've done on my front page for Social Upcoming, which is a summary over the 4 weeks here. And down in the curriculum, you can actually have a more day-by-day plan. So you can say that on Monday to Tuesday we will have this, and on Friday we will do a bonfire and we will invite more friends, and on Saturday we will have some football, or we'll do different activities during the different days. So that's how you can approach it. And then you have the call to action. Since the offer we promote is a fishing trip, we only want to have 1 payment plan, basically. So we want to remove 1 of them, so let's remove 3 payments. You can do that by simply hovering over the text module and delete module. The same for the button and the payment information. So there we go. Now we removed the second row. Then we want to edit to make it 1 row like that, and we want to change the text so that the text is relevant to the offer. We will not do that now, but that's it. And then we have the frequently asked questions. So here you may want to edit the content, the questions. So let's say, where is the camp taking place? What's the dates? What is the plan? How do you get there? And all different types of questions that you may think about when going on a trip. So the cost, is it possible to have other type of compensation plans or payment plans, and so on. And then you have the call to action again. So this is just a really quick example of how you can create a sales page looking like this. So this is the final result that people will see when they join or actually lands on your sales page. But this video was really a short and quick introduction into creating sales pages, and give you an introduction to how to use the Divi Visual Editor or Visual Builder to drag and drop and edit the sales page. You can change up everything depending on your needs, and there will be more guides coming throughout our live webinars that either will be held weekly or every second week, but there should be 1 or 2 webinars held every month. And during these webinars we will go through different topics, and using the Divi Builder and building different sales pages, landing pages and websites with it is something we will cover. And you should also know that in our resources section, not necessarily below this video, but our general and our overall resources used section, you may be able to find different layouts for different pages that we've built as that you can use for your different websites. So that's it for this video, and I hope you found it interesting, and it was meant as a quick introduction to how to use the builder, how to build a professional looking sales page or home page, depends on what you want to create, and basically what different elements you want to have on your sales page to make it look, one, professional and interesting for people to look through, and also to increase your branding and how many sales you make and your revenue. And I noticed now that I didn't update the call to action, the second call to action section, but since this was for tutorial purposes and not an end result, that doesn't really matter. So that's it for this lessons about sales pages and creating sales websites that promote a product. In the next one, we will go through how you can implement a membership feature to your website. So let's say that instead of a 4-week fishing camp, it would be a 4-week fishing course. And for a 4-week fishing course, you may want to have a membership feature so that the people that come to this landing page have to register member on your website to get access to the 4-week course. So that's it for this video. Next video is fairly interesting because the membership feature holds tremendous potential because you can leverage recurring payments. If you think that I did or that I went too fast through the different elements in this video and in this lesson, please go back, go through the video in your own pace by pausing and playing and pausing where you need to take it slower. And I know that since I've been building websites for now almost 10 years, I started when I was 12 years old and I'm 21 when I recorded this video, everything goes really fast for me. But since you may be new to building websites, first you have one of the greatest tools that you can find online when building websites for a really cheap price. And the Divi builder that you are able to download through being a member of Social Upcoming is something I pay huge yearly fees for. And fees that I find pretty small and worth it, but it is a great tool that I can give you as a loyal member of Social Upcoming to ensure that you get the best tool and the best guidance towards creating your own landing page and sales pages and websites. So again, if you need to watch this video one more time, do it. 3 more times, do it, because it is essential that once you build a landing page and a sales page and a website for your business, you want it to look good. You don't want those cheap looking websites which has the same design as the websites did back in early 2000. So watch through it one more time if you need it, and I have to remind you of at the end of the module we will do a quiz, or there is a quiz that you have to complete. And in this quiz we will have different questions related to building sales pages and websites. So make sure that you have understood everything and know how to create it yourself.